Hello guys, this is Nick from forexfornoobs.com with my midday analysis. If you enjoy this analysis, please hit the like button below and hit the subscribe button below to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more analysis, webinars, and awesome Forex education videos. Before I start, I want to tell you how my analysis works. Every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, I hold a live analysis session. In the analysis, I cover all the pairs I'm currently trading. This is usually 10 to 20 pairs, and I do multi-timeframe analysis on those pairs. Multi-timeframe analysis means that I look at every timeframe I have for each pair. I do not trade all of those timeframes though. I use them for analysis. The only timeframes I actually trade are the 3, 4, 6, 8, 12, and daily. The reason I do this is because price action is fluid. Price is always moving. If you look at a single time frame, you are seeing a single snapshot of price, and that can be misleading. By looking at a lot of different time frames, you get more snapshots, which gives you a much clearer idea of what price is doing right now. This also ensures that I rarely miss a trade setup. I do my multi-time frame analysis 2 to 4 times per day, so every 4 to 8 hours. This ensures that I see almost every candle forming, which makes it hard to miss a setup. I only post my analysis to YouTube once per day though, as I cannot record every time I do my analysis. You should remember, I do not find trade setups every time I do analysis. Trade setups are not always there when you want them to be. If I do not find a trade setup in the midday analysis, I might find one in the next analysis I do later in the afternoon or the evening. Trade setups aren't always there when you want them, and just because I'm doing analysis, it doesn't mean I'm going to find a setup. Also, if I do find a setup, remember that these are just potential setups. Not every setup I find is actually going to turn into a trade. Many of these setups will never trigger, or they'll just be cancelled. Just because I say that I'm considering entering a setup, it doesn't mean that the setup will actually trigger. But when they do trigger, I enter them, and I post the updates to my blog, which is linked to below. Finally, you may notice that I sometimes fast forward through parts of this analysis. I do this when I cannot find any setups on the pairs that I'm looking at. It saves you watching 5 minutes of me running through charts and saying there's no setup here. So I'll just fast forward through those boring parts. Anyway, enjoy the analysis. Okay, so today is Tuesday the 25th of October 2016. Time is 12:08 here in the UK. You're looking at a Euro AUD daily chart. It's been a little while since I've done this analysis. I was on holiday, so I was unable to do the analysis, but now I am back this week, so we're starting again. I'm going to keep today's analysis pretty short. I'm a little sick today. I have been for the past few days, so I don't want to spend an hour doing the analysis, so I'll just try to get through everything as quickly as possible. Forex Mastermind members, please hang around at the end of this webinar. So when I say bye, do hang around because I do have an announcement for you guys. Anyway, so yeah, let's get started with the analysis. We're going to start off with Euro AUD and I'm going to see what's happening here. So price is making a second attempt at... Ooh, I don't have my... 1 second. Okay, there they are. Yeah, so price is making a second attempt right now at bouncing from this level. Nothing really that I would want to trade there. I don't like those kind of setups. See how it's just kind of stuck along this area. It is finding pretty solid support there, but yeah, I wouldn't want to take that second bounce. It hasn't moved away from the area far enough, so let's check out Euro CAD. It's in between 2 support resistance areas, so we're probably not going to see much here today. Yeah, nothing really going on there. New Zealand CAD looks like it's in the middle of a continuation, but it'd be too late to enter this one. Yeah, too late. Ooh, USD CHF, what's that doing? Let's check that out on the daily. Okay, interesting. I'm gonna jump up to the 2-day. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought it would join together into a pretty nice looking indecision candle. All right, so we've got USD CHF stuck on an area of support, quite a strong area of support, really strong actually. It has a bounce there and a bounce there, kind of a bounce here, bounce there too. So it's quite a strong area of support. It acted as it's resistance in this case. It acted as support back here, but now it's acting as resistance. So it's a pretty strong area of resistance. USD CHF is definitely moving up quite strongly, and it might break through this area, but the past few attempts it's made at breaking through this area have resulted in pretty heavy reversals, very strong reversals. See how when you look at this, it took a lot of candles to move up to here, but then when it started pushing down, it pushed down very fast, and it's done that twice now. It took a lot of candles to move up, a lot of time to move up, but then on its way down, bam, goes straight down. So, you know, we might not, it's not never a sure thing, but we might see something similar here in the coming days. So I'm going to be keeping a very close eye on this one. Yeah, I'm going to be keeping a close eye on this one. Looking for a potential short reversal here. If everything lines up and let me get my oops. Yeah, I'd want to do something like that with this. One area of concern that might keep me out of this when I run it through my risk analysis process would be this minor support resistance area here. Sorry guys, since I reformatted the layout of my tools has changed, my drawing tools for my recording software, so I'm making a few mistakes here. I need to fix those. Let's see if I can fix them now. One second. I almost got this done. Oh, nice. Okay. So I have my arrows again. I really like these arrows. Where was I? Oh yeah, so this area here. See how it's acted as minor support resistance in the past? It's even on its way up, it stalled price for quite some time. It has a wick bounce there, body bounce there, a few wick bounces there. On its way down through here, see how it bounced from there before continuing down? So this area is definitely an area of concern with this potential setup here. But, you know, it might still be something I will trade. Obviously, I'm going to run it through my risk analysis process, and we'll discuss this further on the forum. If you don't have access to the forum, if you're on YouTube only, do keep a close eye on this. My entry will likely, now this is not a sure thing because nothing has closed yet, but my entry would likely end up being something along these lines, around about 0.9915, stop loss at 0.9965. And target at 0.9810, or probably a bit higher than that actually. My target would probably end up being at a 1.5 risk to reward ratio, so 0.9835. So I would be looking at something like this, but like I said, this isn't a sure thing. Well, actually no, it has closed. But still, I need to run it through my risk analysis and decide on my actual entry and target. And stop loss, obviously. But yeah, it's looking somewhat decent now. All that we need to happen is for this candle not to continue to push up and not to make a new high. You know, that might happen. It might continue to push up and might make a new high, and then we would just call this trade off. But if it does turn around here, if it does stall and turn around here, there is potential for a short trade here on USD CHF. so Euro JPY, let's see what's going on here. I need to adjust some of these support resistance areas. AUD USD between two support resistance areas, so not much going on. Yep. Euro USD. Alright, that looks interesting. I was wondering what the support resistance area was based on. It looks like it's based on that bounce. Yeah, and we have some bounces through there. Okay. Yeah. All right, so the question now is, with Euro USD, because we got a setup on the daily, we've got this indecision candle here. But do we want to use that indecision candle, or do we want to wait for this one to close and use this indecision candle? Well, what I'm thinking right now is that I'll probably just use this one, because there's really not that much reason to wait. Euro USD is in a pretty strong downtrend though. But last time that it came down to here, it was also in a strong downtrend. And yeah, my arrows. It was also in a strong downtrend, but it did turn around quite significantly there. And this was back in February. So this is a pretty significant low. This is a pretty significant low. It's like an 8-month low that it's sitting at right now. And it's finding some pretty good support here. I mean, this is a daily chart. So we've got 2 daily candles unable to break that low. See how the low is equal? So sellers have been unable to create a lower low. They set a low on this candle. Then the next candle came up and it wasn't able to create a lower low. Now this candle is also so far unable to create a lower low, and we're 12 hours or so into the day. Yeah, I mean, this looks like it has potential. To be honest, I'd rather have my entry a bit lower, something like that, but yeah, it's probably not going to work. There's definitely potential here. I'm going to see how this one plays out. Obviously, I'm going to keep you guys up to date on the forum with how I trade this. Has this been posted to the forum yet, guys? I haven't really had much of a chance to take a proper look at the forum this morning. Like I said, I've been a bit sick, so... No? Alright, cool. Well, not being posted to the forum, so I'm sure someone will take care of that. And if not, I'll just post that. So we'll discuss this further in the forum. For those of you watching on YouTube who don't have access to the forum, I will probably, now again, this isn't final because I need to run it through my risk analysis process and decide if I'm actually going to enter. And if I actually decide that I'm going to enter, then I'll take a closer look at my entry, my stop loss, and my target. But just as a rough guideline, I would probably trade at something like this. So my entry would be around about 1.090. My target would be around about 1.0994, and my stop would be around 1.0858. So those are just rough numbers, but yeah, it looks pretty decent. I'm going to move these two to the top actually. Euro USD and USD CHF, because we do have 2 setups there, so I'll want to keep a closer eye on those ones. Alright, let's look at AUD JPY, but that's not doing much. It was a decent reversal there last week. I'm not sure if you guys took that. It was my girlfriend's birthday last week, and I took her on a surprise holiday, so I wasn't really paying attention to the forum. Generally on my holidays, I still do pay attention to the forum and I still do trade, but since it was a special occasion, I stayed away from work. Yeah, so nothing on the AUD JPY and CAD JPY. AUD New Zealand. There's not enough of a preceding trend here to take a reversal. New Zealand USD. Some of you guys are going long on this one. I think I saw that on the forum this morning. Like I said, I didn't take a quick look, so I didn't really look much, but I'm pretty sure someone said that they were going long here. I'm not too sure about that trade. That indecision candle was really big. But then again, the short that was taken, the profitable short that was taken was, yeah, the indecision candle was just as big. But the entry would have been a little bit higher, so you had a little bit more room to move with that one. That was a good short trade. I'm jealous of that one there. I completely missed it because I was away, but that was a really nice short trade you guys took. Some of you freaked out and closed it out here. I got a few Skype messages about that. You closed it out there just because of that one indecision candle and the break of the high. Come on. That's not good, guys. That's not enough of an exit signal. Just one indecision and one higher high. That always happens in a trend. Good work to those of you who held it. But anyway, let's stick to today, not last week's trade. Yeah, it looks like it's potentially starting to push up, but my guess is, I haven't really looked at this yet, but my guess is that the entry and the stop on this is just going to be a bit too large. Yeah, there's not enough room to move here. Ah, they took a long on the 8 hour, right? Okay, I see that. See, on the 8 hour, the entry could have been a bit lower. It's a bit of a cheaty entry, but yeah, still though, it's still not that great. You still run into this trouble spot way too soon, and yeah, no, I wouldn't really want to take this trade. Spronk entered 71430. Spronk is a forum member, by the way. It's not some code we use for a special type of trade setup or anything for people watching on YouTube. Alright, so 7-1, I'm just going to type it in manually. Right, so his entry was there. What did he enter based on though? Maybe the 4 hour chart? It was on the 8 hour. So he just entered on a retrace then. Ah, well, look, regardless, look, I honestly probably would not have taken this trade. But Spronk is a good trader, so, you know, obviously not everyone on the forum is, how do I explain this properly? All right, so my strategy, once you learn it, you can start using it on... Basically, with my strategy, what you're learning is price action. You're learning how to use price action, and you don't have to use price action in the exact same way as I do. I'm very risk averse. I don't like taking too much risk. So this trade to me would just be a bit too risky. But just because I don't want to take that level of risk, it doesn't mean everyone has to trade the same way I do. There's a lot of people who rather take a lot of trades, take more risk, take a lot of trades, and their win to loss ratio is going to be lower, but they're going to be taking more trades. More trades could end up at the end of the year being a larger percentage gain on their account. I mean, so yeah, this trade is a bit too risky for me. But to those of you who are in it, it's not a horrible setup. You know, it's still indecision forming on an area of support, and it's quite clear that buyers are taking control of price. Even if we were to go down to the 4 hour, it is stalling a little bit, but that's pretty normal, especially on a lower time frame like the 4 hour. That's pretty normal. Yeah, it looks decent. It's definitely not something that I would be jumping in on, but it looks decent. USD CAD. What's that craziness? Like I said, I was on holiday, so I haven't really been looking at charts that much. So I don't know what that move is, if it's news related or something. But that's a kind of crazy move. Bam, down and up to the resistance area, and then starts heading down again. Was news? What news was it? All right, fair enough. Well, yeah, there's nothing really much to trade here. USD JPY, let's see what's going on there. Just a continuation, but way too late to enter. If you wanted to enter, you would have had to enter a while back with this one. Right, nothing going on there. Euro GBP stuck between two support resistance areas, so not much going on there either. Yeah, and I don't really want to trade GBP pairs right now. GBP is like a bomb. It's like a bomb, and trading it is like you're a member of the bomb squad and you're trying to defuse it. And the timer says that it's going to explode in a few months. But it's a bomb. It's unstable. It could explode at any second. That's what trading GBP is like these days. You got this Brexit thing. They're not going to trigger it until March apparently, but who knows? It doesn't even need to be that the actual bomb is triggered. It could just be anything really. Just news, just a rumor that the bomb's about to trigger, and then things go crazy. I don't really want to trade GBP right now. You know, when Brexit happened, I stayed away from it for a few weeks because I knew that news coming out post-Brexit would cause crazy moves, but we didn't really get that. So I started trading it again, and then all of a sudden, like, what was it, 2 months later? Some new news came out and things went crazy. Luckily, I wasn't in a position at the time, so it didn't really affect me, but it could have. So now I'm very wary about GBP, so I'm probably just, going to stay away from this. Won't even bother doing analysis on them because I don't really want to trade these GBP pairs at all. So yeah, let's keep away from those. So that gives us today potential long on Euro USD and a potential short on USD CHF. USD CHF, I'm probably going to wait for this candle to close because we are seeing some signs that buyers are taking control of price. So I'll probably wait for this candle to close. I want to monitor it on the 2-day chart. I know 2-day chart. One sec. I know 2-day chart's a bit of an odd time frame, but I'm going to monitor it on there. I just want to see what it looks like on there. Time frames. I'm starting to feel more and more that in Forex time frames are kind of pointless. What really matters is price, and time frames just break price up into different chunks. So looking at the 2-day time frame, it just gives you a clearer picture of what's going on in this area right now. The daily time frame, it tells you the same thing because price is always doing the same thing, but it's just harder to read. But on the 2-day, it gets a little bit easier to read because the candles are condensed and you understand a little bit more what's going on. So yeah, it's looking pretty decent on the 2-day. I'm just going to keep watching it on there, see how it forms. Euro USD, yeah, I'll probably just do this one on the daily. So we'll keep a close eye on this one. I'll run this through my risk analysis, and I'll update on the blog post, the public blog post, or on the private forum. Well, no, I'll update both on what I decide to do with this one. Eric, Brexit was a referendum in the UK to separate from the European Union. So I guess you would say Brexit itself was an event, was the referendum, but it is also a process, because after the referendum got a yes vote, then the process, I guess, has technically started to get the UK out of the EU. The process in terms of things are being put in place, from what we're told. But you know, the important thing is that what's the article they have to trigger? It's like I said, I'm sick, so my memory is a bit all over the place. Yeah, Article 50. So they have to trigger Article 50, and Article 50 is like a formal declaration to the EU that the UK is actually leaving. It's when the proceedings start. So that's apparently going to happen in March, or by March. So it could happen before, but it's apparently going to happen by March. Now, a lot of people are saying it's probably never going to happen. A lot of people are saying that it will happen. I don't really know. And I don't really want to guess in terms of trading. I really don't want to guess, because it's kind of pointless and dangerous. The only thing that I can really do as a trader is prepare for it and make smart decisions about my trading. So what I feel is a smart decision right now is to just stay away from GBP. I just don't want to trade the pound, and honestly the euro is also a little bit scary at this point, but I just can't, as a trader, not trade both the pound and the euro. The pound is the highest risk, the euro is also pretty risky, but I can't stay away from both those pairs, because that's going to leave me with pretty much nothing to trade. I mean, there's still going to be pairs like USD CHF, but USD CHF is, you know, CHF is still a European currency. So, you know, and it is correlated pretty closely with the euro. So, you know, you might even have to knock CHF pairs off. So, you know, what's that going to leave you with? New Zealand CAD? Yeah, thank you. USD CAD, you know, I don't really take that many trades in USD CAD, because this year there's not been very many great setups on there. There's been some good ones, but not very many. So it leaves you with very little pairs to trade. So I am going to stick with the euro, but I'm very wary of the pound. Yeah, no problem. Okay, so yeah, I think that pretty much wraps it up for the analysis, guys. We got a pretty decent looking setup on Euro USD, pretty decent looking setup on USD CHF. USD CHF one, it looks like it's probably going to continue up. I mean, especially this candle looks like buyers are in control, so this might not end up actually being anything. But, you know, it's worth keeping an eye on, because as long as it doesn't make a new high here, so as long as it doesn't, wait, yeah, I need this tool. Sorry guys, like I said, I reformatted, so I don't have my tools set up. All right, so as long as it doesn't break this high, there is still potential here for a short trade. So I'm going to be keeping a close eye on this and see what this current candle does. But yeah, other than that, guys, I think that wraps it up for the analysis. Hey guys, thanks for watching this video. If you like this video, then give it a thumbs up below. If you have any questions regarding this video, then leave a comment below and I'll respond to it. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel to get notified as soon as I upload my videos. My Facebook and Twitter are in the description below. Thanks again for watching, and happy trading.